Lewis Hamilton has just made a statement in Las Vegas that absolutely nobody expected. And what he revealed has completely shifted the atmosphere inside Ferrari in a way that almost feels unreal. After a chaotic Friday filled with red flags, ruined laps, and constant interruptions, most people assumed Hamilton would walk out of the garage annoyed or discouraged. Instead, he appeared calm, unusually positive, and even relieved. He explained that despite barely completing a clean lap, he felt something genuinely powerful inside the SF25. Hamilton made it clear that lap times meant nothing because he never got the chance to push on softs without traffic or yellow flags. What mattered to him was how the car behaved underneath him. According to Hamilton, the SF25 finally felt stable, predictable, and surprisingly sharp in Sector 1. That alone was shocking, considering how much he struggled with front-end confidence all season long. The way he described the rotation, the braking stability, and the traction on corner exits sounded like he believed Ferrari had unlocked something meaningful for this weekend. And hearing him praise the car in the freezing conditions of Las Vegas, where most expected absolute chaos, made his comments even more massive. It suggests the SF25 is waking up at exactly the right time. It hints that Ferrari might genuinely be in the fight. And that's why you should already drop a like, subscribe, and stay with us until the end, because what Hamilton just revealed might change everything for Ferrari in Las Vegas. Hamilton's reaction to the opening day of running became one of the most surprising storylines of the entire weekend. Anyone would assume that 2 sessions full of red flags, ice-cold asphalt, inconsistent grip, and constant disruptions would leave a driver furious. But instead, Hamilton spoke like someone who had found something exciting in the middle of total chaos. His tone was calm, confident, and strangely energized. It was the kind of tone that makes engineers immediately sit up straight because they know the driver has felt something important in the car. The conditions alone were enough to confuse any team. Las Vegas at night is brutally cold, and early weekend track conditions feel like driving on glass. The tires refuse to enter the proper window. The grip changes from corner to corner. One mistake in warm-up can ruin an entire lap. But despite all of that, Hamilton insisted that once he understood the rhythm of the circuit, the SF25 responded in a way he hadn't felt in weeks. He said Sector 1 felt like the strongest part of the entire lap. That was shocking because Sector 1 is where temperatures drop sharply and where drivers depend almost entirely on mechanical grip. Ferrari spent days adjusting the SF25 specifically for these unusual conditions. Hamilton's feedback confirmed that their changes were finally paying off. He felt the front end rotating more naturally. He felt more connection during turn-in. He wasn't fighting the car to find the apex anymore. For a driver who has complained all season about the disconnect between the front axle and the rear, this felt like a breakthrough. But the red flags completely distorted the picture of Ferrari's true performance. Every time Hamilton bolted on new soft tires, a yellow or a red flag appeared. Whenever he reached the part of the lap where he wanted to push, the session was interrupted again. He never got a single clean lap to show Ferrari's real potential, and he made sure to emphasize that. But the surprising part wasn't his frustration, it was the fact that he didn't dwell on it. Instead, he highlighted that his best laps came on medium tires, and those laps told him everything he needed to know about the car's balance. For a Ferrari that has struggled on mediums and hards in recent races, this was the best news possible. The medium tire in cold conditions is normally unpredictable because it takes forever to warm up and causes sliding in multiple corners. Yet Hamilton felt rotation, stability, and traction before the tires even reached the ideal window. Feedback like that is a sign of a car with strong underlying performance. And that kind of performance usually improves dramatically as the weekend goes on. What made his comments even more interesting was the comparison he made with McLaren. Hamilton said the SF25 seemed to manage power delivery better, especially on corner exits. And that has always been one of Ferrari's biggest strengths in Las Vegas. When a car stabilizes the rear faster and allows earlier throttle application, it gains huge time on long straights. That means Ferrari's setup wasn't just comfortable, it was strategically powerful for this track. Hamilton also mentioned the track evolution, which is one of the most dramatic elements of the Las Vegas weekend. The first practice session is usually almost dangerous, with drivers praying for grip. But Hamilton noticed the track rubbering in quickly. He felt the asphalt temperature rising just enough to help. He felt the SF-25 becoming more cooperative with every lap. And instead of driving cautiously, he said he was able to attack instinctively. For a driver with an aggressive turn-in style, that kind of feeling builds massive confidence. And confidence is everything on a city circuit where the wall punishes the smallest mistake. Another fascinating detail was his lack of interest in major setup changes. Hamilton said he was extremely satisfied with the direction Ferrari had taken and wasn't expecting big adjustments before qualifying. That is significant. We're talking about a driver obsessed with perfection, who constantly requests micro-adjustments and specific changes tailored to his style. For him to say, "Leave it mostly as it is," means Ferrari finally found a natural window that suits him. And that has been incredibly rare this season. Ferrari's engineers have been working quietly behind the scenes to give Hamilton a more predictable platform. They've been fine-tuning the differential. They've been stabilizing the rear under braking. They've been sharpening the front end to match his sensitivity on entry. Hamilton confirmed that these adjustments transform the car from FP1 to FP2. And on a track where the surface changes rapidly from slippery to grippy, tiny adjustments can redefine a driver's confidence. The result was a car that felt alive, but not unpredictable. Not even the red flags were enough to break his rhythm. Instead of complaining, Hamilton talked about how much he learned from the limited laps he managed to complete. He emphasized that the interruptions hurt everyone, not just him. But he said the real pace was visible in the data. That attitude alone changed Ferrari's mood because it showed a shift inside Hamilton himself. Where there used to be irritation, now there was clarity and genuine belief. What shocked Ferrari the most was Hamilton insisting there was still more performance to find. He said the soft tire pace remained unexplored simply because he never had a clean lap. That means Ferrari could gain multiple tenths just by giving him traffic-free track time in qualifying. And optimism like that only happens when a driver feels something special in the car, something the timing sheets cannot show. Las Vegas has always been a track where Ferrari could shine. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and a surface that rewards teams who can warm up tires without destroying them. Cold conditions usually expose weaknesses, but Hamilton's comments suggest the SF-25 is handling the chill far better than expected. He talked about the strength in Sector 1. He talked about the stability under braking. He talked about the traction through slow corners. All signs of a car more complete than recent results showed. Ferrari knows the challenge will be huge. Nighttime temperatures will swing dramatically. Wind gusts will hit the cars differently every lap. The asphalt will cool suddenly, and the tires will react unpredictably. But Hamilton's surprisingly confident words changed everything inside the garage. Instead of entering the weekend with cautious optimism, Ferrari now believe they can genuinely fight near the front. Hamilton's shocking declaration didn't make headlines because it was controversial. It made headlines because it was positive, something extremely rare this year. He spoke like a driver who finally feels the car working with him instead of against him. And if Ferrari nails qualifying and masters tire warm-up, the potential Hamilton felt might be exactly what turns Las Vegas into one of Ferrari's strongest weekends of the entire season. And now all eyes are on Saturday, because Ferrari senses something they haven't felt in a long time: momentum.